Hey everyone, welcome back. This is HD, and it's time to begin the next series of games in the HD World Tournament. We're currently in the round of 8, as always, and this time around it is going to be a Protoss versus Protoss series. I just woke up out of bed and I looked at the bright sunny day, and I know last night I was talking about how I was going to do Sen versus Noni at the end of Cruncher versus Straylock, but I woke up and I looked at the bright sunny day and I just thought today is going to be a good day to do a PvP. I haven't done a PvP mirror in a really long time. In fact, trying to recall right now, I don't think I've done one in at least a month, so it's a good time to do a Protoss versus Protoss. And wow, the players could not ask for a better pool of players and a better lineup right here. It is going to be Socke versus Axslav. EG Axslav versus ATN Socke. These two players extremely good Protosses. And let's just recap a little bit about how they got here from the round of 16. Socke defeating the likes of Hydra in a Protoss versus Zerg matchup. Very interesting. And I do believe that Socke beat him in a 2-0 sweep. So that right there just shows how good Socke has really gotten. In fact, he's really been a great player throughout the beta, throughout StarCraft 2, and he's been doing extremely well in all the recent tournaments that I've been keeping up with Socke in it. Now, his opponent is going to be Axslav. Axslav's PvP is known to be one of the best in the world, and Axslav actually defeating Cats to get up here. So both these Protoss players eliminating their Zerg counterparts to get to this stage in the game, which has actually made it quite a Protoss heavy round of 8. I've just thought of it right now. Only one Zerg still in the round of 8, and that's Damaga. So a lot of pressure on Damaga to perform here if you're a Zerg fan. And we'll see what happens here. Obviously, one Protoss will be knocked out after this best of 3 is played out of the HD World Tournament. It looks like both players already have their probe inside each other's bases. Just in a little bit of harass here, and Socke's just going to get his probe off of his mineral line to deal with Axslav. Remember, Axslav, I'm going to pull up this tab, Axslav is blue, and no, Axslav is red, and Socke is blue. I think I'll just leave that up there. That'll help clear the confusion for both the viewers and especially for me. Everyone knows I get really confused when it comes to a bunch of colors, especially in a mirror matchup, but we'll see how this plays out. Axslav looks like he's getting a lot of gas here. Both of his gases are claimed by Axslav, and for Socke only has one gas himself, so Socke might be going for a less gas intensive build here, and we'll see what Axslav's strategy is, as he's already got 3 probes mining all the gas. Socke does realize that he has his probe still inside the main, and both players right now still on one gateway. So before this, before any buildings go down, both players are going to want to get rid of that scouting probe. Axslav immediately dealing with that and now throwing down just a pylon. So not revealing his tech quite yet, and right now Socke definitely in the dark. Both players actually operating in the dark. If we just look at their vision here, you guys can see that neither player knows what is going on in each other's bases. Socke throwing up 2 more gateways though, and he is chrono boosting that warp gate technology. Now, remember, 4-gate is a very powerful strategy in Protoss versus Protoss, really predominant, especially in the lower levels of play. Axslav still not doing anything with his gas though, and I'm really interested to see what his strategy here is. It almost looks like he's making a 1-base attack off of a single gateway and now throwing up a robotics facility. So wow, almost certainly going to be seeing some more gateways going down, but that's a super early robo for Axslav, but he could have got it down a little bit earlier. He has a lot of reserve gas right now, so I'm not exactly sure what Axslav is doing. It seems like his build may be a little bit off. He is coming in here with 2 Stalkers though. A force field not going to really do much of anything at all. Actually, it blocked that Stalker, so the Zealot able to wall the Stalker and corner it against a force field. Axslav losing a Stalker as a result. That was a really nice force field, whether it be luck or if it was well placed, I'm not entirely sure. Axslav now coming in with his lone Stalker, picks off 1 probe, and that is it. And wow, now you gotta wonder, how far behind is Axslav? He went for that kind of 1-gate attack, only killing off a single probe, losing 2 Stalkers, and now he's transitioned into 3-gate robo, but his robotics facility seems a little bit later than it should have been if he was really trying to rush for that robotics. So I almost feel like Socke has the upper hand now. Socke also has Twilight Council, so we're soon gonna be seeing some Blink Stalkers. And if it really gets dicey, we may see Dark Templar, but it doesn't seem to be the case because Socke is chrono boosting that Blink technology out right now, and he's moving across the map with a pretty large army of Stalkers. Remember, Socke suffered no casualties from the first attack. His entire army is basically, it's been produced since the beginning of the game, and none of the units have died. Whereas Axslav has struggled to rebuild his army. Look at this. He's got 3 sentries and a stalker. Quickly getting out an immortal, though, because he knows how many stalkers are out on the field. So really smart of Axslav to do that. He's also kind of coming here with his obs, and this is really important for PvP. You need to scout, scout, scout. That's the name of the game. You need to figure out what your opponent's doing, whether he's going for DTs, whether he's massing Blink Stalkers, and as soon as Axslav gets in there, he's going to see, okay, Twilight Council, most likely Blink Stalkers. Thank God I got an Immortal, and he should have enough sentries to wall off this ramp. Nah. Wow. Nice move by Socke right there. Force Field by Axslav, I felt maybe a tad premature, but I think Axslav really just wanted to make it so no Stalkers at all could have got up the ramp, because remember, if a single Stalker gets up the ramp, then the rest of the Stalkers can blink up there because they have vision of the high ground. So right now, Axslav certainly in a precarious position. His obs is just keeping tabs over this army, but he knows how mobile and nimble they are. Axslav luckily has 2 Immortals out right now, so he can do a lot of damage to these Blink Stalkers. And I think with 2 Immortals, Socke will have to turn tail and run away for now and allow Axslav to get his natural expansion up. So you can see Axslav now getting that natural. Oh, his Immortal here getting a little bold here. It might go down to Stalker Focus Fire. And no, Axslav, oh, finally taking off that Immortal, but a little bit of mismanagement there. He could have killed off the Immortal, I feel, a little bit earlier. And now he's facing down the barrel of a fresh new Immortal, only killing off 1 and losing about 3 or 4 Stalkers. And with that, the tide of the game may have just changed. As you guys can see, the army now favoring Axslav at 60 over 53. Hello, Pylon. Random Pylon will get picked off. In Protoss versus Protoss, in fact, in any Protoss game, you'll always find good Protoss players throwing up Pylons all over the map. So good of Axslav to pick that off. And whoa, we have a War Prism coming out here. Might see a little tricky drop play coming out pretty soon. Both players doing a little bit of micromanagement at the center of the map. Neither player wanting to lose any of their Stalkers. Remember, just one small miss micro of any of your Stalkers, and losing 1 or 2 can kind of cause a snowball effect if you have a much lesser army as a result of losing 1 or 2 Stalkers, and it really can hinder you towards the mid to late game. So both players here being extremely cautious. Axslav looks like he's going to do a little bit of drop play here. Just notice on the map, Axslav also has really great scouting going on. He's got probes and observers all over the map, so he's got all the map secured, and it looks like he's going to unload at the natural. And keep in mind right now, Socke still does not have a natural. Socke is actually still playing 1 base at this moment in time. He's going straight into Robo support base, so he's going straight into Colossus. So it almost seems like Socke here is kind of going all in. And almost certainly now we are not going to see a natural expansion going up for Socke. Not with this Warp Prism in the back of his mineral line. 2 Zealots coming in right now. And Socke quickly warping in 4 Zealots of his own to fend off the Zealot harass. And so right now, it's all on Axslav. If he can hold off this Stalker attack, then I think Axslav is going to be in a great position to move on to Game 2 with the victory. Oh, Socke getting cornered here and blinking out of the way. Force Fields locking the Stalkers in place. Axslav realizing those Stalkers do not have the blink recharge and quickly force fielding them in, taking a couple of easy shots. And Socke getting losing this game and GGing out. Axslav really playing that nicely played and using his force fields at the right times there. Nice little comeback right there by Axslav. Interestingly enough, Socke never went for his natural. After going for the Blink Stalkers, he went straight into robotics facility and straight into robotics support base. So he was trying to do 1 base Colossus, which doesn't really work out all that well in my opinion, because you just don't have the gas to fund Blink Stalkers and Colossus at the same time. I feel like Socke should have went for his Nexus earlier on, and just nice play by Axslav. Nice little comeback after losing his initial attack party, and we are now going to go on to Game 2 between Axslav and Socke. And Socke already down 1 game against the Protoss versus Protoss master, Axslav himself. So stay tuned, guys. HD World Tournament, round of 8, Game 2 between Axslav and Socke coming up next.